problems. I'm just gonna throw 4 problems in front of you, and you tell me the answers. All right, so give me the 4 answers to these. I'll tell you how you did after you're all done with all 4 of them.
Do I just like write them down?
It's up to you. These you can just give me. The notebook is free to take notes. It's to work out problems when I ask you to. As you know, I'm going to send this to you at the end, but it's good if
Yeah.
you can be some participation, some scratch paper.
I'm just gonna start with the two ones on the right. So 4 minus
Yep.
3 would be -1. 3 minus -4 would be negative. Wouldn't that be -1? No.
You give me your answers. I'm not going to tell you yes or no, right or wrong. Just you give me your answers.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Hold on.
Okay.
That's 3 minus 4. Never mind. That's 1. And then we got -3 minus 4. That would be. That'd be -7. And then we have -4 plus 3. Wouldn't that be -1 is 2? Well, I think.
All right. So here we go. Here's your feedback. Correct, correct, incorrect, incorrect. Okay. So we'll take a look here. So here's what I'm just going to give you the little teaching thing that I do here. So when you're adding and subtracting, addition, subtraction, there are 2
Wait.
cases. We'll get to it. Don't worry about that. That's
Hold on,
just
real quick. Did I say the 4 minus 3 was 1?
You said -1, and I'm pretty good
Okay.
about hearing
All right, then
like,
never mind. Sorry.
and don't worry about there are some other things that happen in here that aren't. We need to go through this, and again, it might not take that long. There's no judgment. I'm just here to help you.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to go back and you have an accident. You got to go back and learn how to walk again. And that happens. Okay. So
Okay.
case 1 is same sign. And you're going to say, I already know this. And I know you know this, but we're going to just talk about what that means. What is 2 plus 3?
2 plus 3 is 5.
Yes, it's 5, right? Everyone knows it's 5. Why though? Why is it 5? Well, they're both positive. That's what I mean by same sign. +2, +3. 2 plus 3, they're both positive. So when they are same sign, here's the rule. You keep the sign. Okay, now you already do this without writing this down, but you know to keep the sign, okay? Then the second thing you do is you add the numbers without the sign. Okay, you know to add 2 plus 3, which is 5, and your answer is +5, and it's still 5. Even though I wrote all these steps, you know how to get to here.
Mhm.
Okay, but we're learning this rule for the following possibility. What if it's -3 minus 5? Okay, are these same sign? -3 minus 5, are they same sign?
Yes.
They are. Now you there's a little bit of uncertainty in your voice there, so I want to hear more about that. Tell me what you mean, why you might have been uncertain.
I don't know. It kind of just came out that way.
Well, if you are, just say, hey, like,
Got it.
even though I
Yeah.
said it, I don't believe it. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'd say where I don't really believe. So there's
All right.
uncertainty. Now these are same sign. Okay, that means the answer is negative. Okay, the
Mhm.
answer is negative. That's the first thing. You keep the sign. Keep the sign. Okay, then you add the numbers without the sign. Basically, you make them both positive.
All right.
If they're already positive, they're positive, but they're in this case, it's 3 plus 5. Okay, what is 3 plus 5?
3 plus 5 would be 8.
Okay, so this becomes -8.
I see.
Same sign, right? Same sign means you keep the sign. Add the numbers without the sign, making them both positive. Okay. Now here's another possibility. -2 plus -4. Are these same sign?
The two numbers, yes.
Yes, and that's what you care about. The 2 numbers have to be the same sign. That's where I heard a little bit of uncertainty here, because you could have argued that 5 is positive, but this really goes with the 5.
Okay.
Then the subtraction goes with 5, so it's negative. So these are both negative. So you keep the sign. You keep the sign, okay? And then what do? Well, you add the numbers without the sign, making them both positive. So what does this become?
Column 6 or -6 or
Negative 6. Okay,
yeah,
-6. The inside is positive, but then you negate it.
got it.
Now, what we want you to do is, and we say we, I mean me, your future math teachers, people, we want you to be able to just go and do this. For a while, you're going to have to do this.
All
Okay.
right.
Do you know anyone that's had to like learn how to walk again, or had learn how to do
No,
something?
I do not.
Okay. So you, when you and I do anything, pretty much we do it without thinking. You open the door, you pour a glass of milk, um, whatever. Like, you will eventually not have to do this, but the first few times as you're kind of relearning this the right way, you're going to have to think really hard about how to do this. You're going to say, okay, keep the sign, add the numbers without the sign, make them both positive. There you go.
Got it.
So let me give you a couple of examples here to try on your own. All right, so go ahead and give these 4 a try, please, and let me know what you come up with.
Okay. Just gonna start off 11 plus 4 is 15. And then we have the top one above it would be -15 if I'm correct. The -4 or -4 plus -4 would be -8 if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Probably not, but whatever. And then -4 minus 11. I don't remember if those were the same.
These are all same sign.
I mean, what? Okay,
They're all same sign. So you do them all the same.
okay. So that would be -15 as well, I think, at least.
Yeah. Now, give me some feedback here. These are all correct.
They
Why?
are.
Why did you seem uncertain about this one, lower right?
I just don't. I kind of I forgot a little bit if -4 plus another minus would be, or negative would be different.
Okay. So these are all same sign. They're all same sign. All right. So, remind me, do you play any sports,
No,
activities?
I go to the gym. That's mainly it.
That's right. You go to the gym. Okay. So do you have a routine at the gym?
Uh, Sometimes, but I haven't really been doing it recently.
Okay. Like when you get on bench, are you a 3-set guy, a 4-set guy, a warm-up set? What's kind of
Um,
your thing?
I just do whatever until I can't really do anything anymore. So
Okay.
maybe like two to 3 to 4 sets, probably.
Got it. Okay. That's okay. Um, I'm trying to draw some analogies to that. What I'm trying to do here is like, this is a set.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to say, okay, we're going to do bench, then we're going to go to the ab inductors or hip inductors, then we're going to go work on back, and then we're going to come back and do a bench. Okay, we're trying right now to do the same types of problems over and over again.
All right.
These are all same sign. Okay, so let me give you a few more here. So give these, I'm sorry, this the first one is incorrect. Make get rid of that. Let me give you these 3 to try, please.
Uh, I'm correct. They are 5 plus 5 is 10.
Okay,
-5 or -5 minus 5 is -10. -5 plus -5 would be also -10.
all correct. Okay. So now we're going to switch to case 2. All right. Um, Now case 2 is opposite sign. We're gonna start with a really trivial example, something you should know. What is 7 minus 5? Don't overthink it. What's 7 minus 5?
So, because sometimes I mix it up because
Okay, so you
position
have $7, you buy something for $5. How much
2.
money do you have left? $2. Okay. All right. Now, these are opposite in sign. The 7 is positive, but it's
Mhm.
not written. It's positive, and the 5 is negative.
Okay.
That's what's meant by opposite in sign. It really means one positive, one negative.
Okay.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's the rule. You first need to determine the sign. How do you do that? Is the question. You decide which is further from 0. Okay, so is 7 or negative 5 further from 0? If you're not sure what I mean by that,
I'd
just say, hey, I have no idea what you're talking about.
7 would probably be further.
Okay. You seem uncertain.
No, sorry. 7
Okay.
would be further.
So the number that is further from 0 determines the sign. So 7 minus 5. And so we know the answer is positive. Okay.
Mhm.
Second thing is you take the larger and subtract the smaller. Now, when I say larger, I mean the one that's further.
Got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
But you do this without the signs.
Got it.
Okay. Now, again, this doesn't make sense in this example, but it will in another one. 7 is further from 0. You subtract 5, and then you write the answer as positive. Okay. This is a silly example because you already know how to do this. Now let's look at one that isn't silly and see if it applies. Okay.
Got it.
And these are the most, there's only 2 cases. This is the most difficult one. So we're going to spend the bulk of the time on this. -6 plus 9. Okay. First thing is for you to determine which is further from 0, -6 or +9.
Positive 9 would be further.
Okay. So you say the answer is positive. Then you take the one that's further from 0 and subtract the smaller without the sign. So you treat it as like this is a 6 and this is a 9.
No negatives, correct?
Right. It's always the larger minus the smaller. What is 9
So
minus 6?
3.
So this is +3. -8 plus 3. Which is further from 0? -8 or
Negative 8
positive?
would be further.
So we know the answer is negative. Then you look at the numbers as 8 and 3. You take the larger and subtract the smaller. What is 8 minus 3?
Hold on. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yep. You said to hold on.
I don't
So I'm
know.
waiting.
Something's messed up.
Are you having trouble seeing the screen? Are you?
I got a notification. Hold on. Okay, I think it's working now. It was 8 minus 3, right?
You able to see my screen?
Yeah. 5.
So what is your final answer?
5.
Nope.
Or -5, sorry.
Yes. Big difference. Big difference.
Yeah.
It's like pushing and pulling in the gym, right? You're working,
Mhm.
they're kind of the same, but are they? Man, I don't think they are. You could tell me you disagree. There's a lot of gym ideas there. Um, okay. So let's try another one here. Let's go -3 plus 2. Okay. Why don't you try this one on your own, please?
Okay, -3 is further. So the answer would be negative.
Good.
And then we do 2 minus or 2, yeah, 2 minus 3.
Larger minus the smaller.
Okay. So 3
Which
minus
is
2
3 minus 2. Yes.
was 1. So -1.
Good. All right. So let's put this all in play here. Let's do a couple of questions here. All right. So here we go.
All
Give
right.
give these a try, please.
Uh, 5 minus 3 would be 2. And then we got 5 or is that 5 minus 4 or 5 negative 4? That's
5
5
minus
minus
4.
okay.
Yeah. Sorry. It is not written.
Then 1 for that one.
Okay.
-4 plus 5. It would be positive. Wouldn't that be 1?
Okay.
And then 4 plus -5, which would also be 1, if I'm correct. Way home. Should be.
Which is further from 0, 4 or -5?
-5.
So the answer must be
Yeah,
negative.
negative, sorry.
So it's a big difference. Like
Yeah,
it's a huge difference. I mean, it's difference between like pouring your cup of milk out or pouring milk in. Like it's that big of a difference. So
yeah.
we're gonna do examples here until you gotta get this like fully correct. Right.
Got it.
All right. So here's a few more for you to look at here, please.
All right. 8 minus 5 would be 3. 5 minus 8. Does that go with the same thing as before? Like what's further?
These are all opposite signs.
So would I do the same thing with like the negative or closer to 0?
You have to follow the recipe. You have to determine the sign first. You figure out which is further from 0. That dictates the sign.
Okay.
You have to do that every time.
Got it.
Like it's better for you to tell me it's -5 and the answer is -4 than to tell me it's 4 and the answer is -4. Like having the wrong sign is way worse than having the wrong number.
Got it.
So you got to get the sign right.
All right.
It's like giving someone directions to your house and you give them the wrong side of the street. I mean, they're never going to find your house. It's on the wrong side of the street. Then you do the larger minus the smaller, but you do that without the sign, Okay. So yes, you can ask me questions. I really want you to try to just process and do this on your own as much as you
All
can.
right. Okay, so where was I? 5 minus 8. So when shouldn't that be -3?
Just give me the 4 answers. I'll give you feedback when you're all
Okay.
done.
My -5 plus 8. Shouldn't that be the same as well? I think that should be the same. So
Yes,
wait,
give me
no,
the,
actually, no. It should
you got to
be.
give me the numbers.
Hold on. 8 plus 5. Oh, is that 5 minus 8 as well, and not 5 negative 8?
You've got to
I've already did
do
that. Sorry. My brain's
you've got
failing.
you've got to do this. You got to just take a
Okay.
leap here.
All right. If I'm correct, that should be -3 as well.
For which one? Top left or
Top.
Okay, keep going.
And then -5 plus 8. 8 would be closer to 0. So 3? Probably not.
Okay, so you gave me the right answer, but 8 is further from zero. I don't know if you meant that.
Yeah, I meant that, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. These are all correct.
Okay.
We got to get you to build some confidence in yourself because like you don't want to be saying, well, is it 3? Is it -3? Like you have to believe your answer. Like it's better to believe a wrong answer than to be unsure about a right answer.
All right.
So let's keep doing some more examples here. All right, so here you go. Give these a try, please.
8 minus 7 will be 1. The bottom one would be -1. And then we have 14 minus 7, which would be 7.
Okay,
7, 14, yeah. And then bottom one -7.
good. These are all correct. All right, so here's the hardest thing to do in math or anything else in life. It's
Mhm.
it's combining. Okay,
Got it.
it's differentiating between the two. So there's two cases. There's two cases. Case one, you don't have to know them this way. You just have to know that there's two cases. Case one is same sign.
Mhm.
Case two is opposite sign. So I need you to be able to look at a problem and tell me whether it's same sign or opposite sign.
Got it.
Is this same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite sign. That would be negatives, correct?
Are they both negative or one's negative? Okay, so
Yeah.
which one is positive then?
Okay, no, I meant same side, sorry.
Okay, so that see how like
Yeah.
one problem
I was
one
thinking of
problem like
something else.
yeah
Apologies.
no it's okay. Like what I'm trying to emphasize here is that like this is the it's it's easy when someone says here's a bunch of problems that are the same. It's much harder when someone says now we're going to have to pick between them.
Okay.
Okay, so these are same signs. So can you tell me how to do a same sign problem?
Okay, you look what's further from 0?
Nope.
No?
So did you write down what to do in each case? It's okay if you didn't, but if
I
you
did
didn't,
not.
I'd recommend writing down, and it doesn't have to be my words. It has to be what will mean something to you. Case one, if they're the same sign, you keep the sign. That's number one.
So if they're the same sign, keep the sign?
Yes. You know, you go to TikTok, there's probably a video on this or YouTube. You know, there's probably a video if you like that. I don't
Oh,
necessarily like it, but hey, whatever works. Second thing here is that you add the numbers without the sign, making them both positive.
okay.
So you've got to get
Well,
something down in your notebook
all right.
that means that to you. Let me know when you got something down.
Okay. Almost done. What does line 2 say? Add the
Add the numbers without the sign,
okay.
making them both positive.
Can I see an example of this again?
So here, this one, this is the probably the best example.
Okay. Okay. I think I kind of get it.
It's, it's where the rubber meets the road. If you like cliches, it's like, all right, it's time to
I think I get it, yeah.
see if we're going to be able to do this or not. And
Alright.
we're in an environment where, um, do you know the story of Colonel Sanders, KFC?
I know a little bit, yeah.
He, he was like in his late 60s and he had this chicken recipe and
Mhm.
he was living on Social Security, so he didn't have much money. He was basically broke. Do you know how many times he was told no about his recipe
Mm,
before he was told yes?
no.
Over 1,000 times.
Mm,
And to hear no that many times is pretty tough. But you learn more out of failure than you do success. But when you're working through these problems, and if you don't do them right or we make a mistake, you're going to learn more through that than just getting them right all the time.
yeah.
Right. So these are same sign. Okay. So what is the sign of the answer?
Sign would be the negative.
Okay. And then what is the next steps?
It would just
What's
be 8 plus 3. Or 8,
exactly?
yeah.
And that is negative.
That would be negative, negative 11.
Good. Let's look at another one. Are these same sign or opposite
Same
sign?
sign.
Okay. So what is the sign of the answer?
Negative. It would just be 5 plus 6 again.
Good.
And then that would be also 11. Or negative 11 to be specific.
Good. Good. Right. -9 plus 2. Are these same sign or opposite
Not
in
same
sign?
sign. Not same sign.
So we call them opposite in sign. Or you can say not same sign.
Not
What is
same
the
sign.
first? What is the first step there? Do you have that written down in your notes when they are
I
opposite in
should
sign?
I should do that.
It's okay if you don't, because we'll get it down here. The very first thing that you do, top right here,
This is where
is
you
to
do the with the zeros.
you determine the sign based
Okay.
on which is further from zero, like you just said. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Okay. And then what's the second step here?
Second step, uh, lesser, smaller.
You take the larger and subtract the smaller, but without the sign. Like
Okay.
it's whatever the number is minus the other numbers. You don't worry about signs because you've already determined it.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take a look here. The example I gave you, is the
Um,
answer positive or negative?
well, not negative 9 is further, so it should be negative.
Okay.
And then we take, is it 9 minus 2? Or is it
Okay.
plus?
So what does that become?
That would become 7 or negative 7.
Good. Very good. That's perfect. So you have to think and say to yourself all those things, but you just write down the answer, whatever it is. Okay, let's try a few more here. Let's go -6 plus 3, -3 plus -6. So here's two problems for you to work through on your own. You need to first to determine whether it's same sign or opposite sign.
Okay,
And
that's
I just want your final answers. You could talk through it, but you got to give these a shot on your
all
own.
right, got it. Negative 6 is further from 0. Therefore it's negative. And then 6 minus 3 would be negative 3. And then negative 3 plus negative 6, same sign. Um, that would be negative 9.
Correct. Good. Have you a couple more here. Sorry, that's not zero.
Okay, negative 5 is further from 0, so it's positive. It should be 1.
Okay.
And then 5 minus 4 is just 1.
Okay. Let me grab some more questions here. So let me put a few of these problems in front of you. Right. Go ahead and try working these out for me, please.
Negatives 12 would be further from 7. Hold on. My brain's not working.
Take your time. There's no rush here. It's better that you take a little longer and get them right than to rush through it and get it wrong.
That'd be negative 5 for that one.
Okay.
Then negative 10, which is further from 0. Well, actually, it's already the same. It's already the same sign, so never mind. That would be negative 17.
Okay.
Then negative 6 plus 12 would be negative 6. Actually, no, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
12 is further, because
Why do you
12
want to
is
change
further
it?
from 0.
Yes. Okay.
So it'd be positive. It would be 18.
Okay, but there,
Keep the
you
sign.
know the answer is positive. Then you take the larger and subtract the smaller.
Oh, it's not same sign, sorry. Yeah, that would be 6.
So it's hard for our brains to switch between things. You can't actually
Yeah.
multitask. You actually only do one thing at a time. Even if you think you can, you're just switching between them. So some people are really good at switching between tasks, but they're not multitasking. But minus 30 plus 10.
Minus 30 would be further from 0, so it's negative, and then negative 30 or 30 minus, that'd be negative 20.
Okay, I'm going to give you a few more here. I mean, we got to be able to get them all right, but there's no rush here. Let's go. So I put a few new ones in here just to see how you do. So
Okay.
sometimes I'll throw a little wrinkle in. What I mean by that is it's a little bit of a modification to what we've been doing, but
Okay.
just to see where you're at.
All right. I'm assuming the top one or top left is minus 11 and not negative 11.
Yes, it is. It
Okay,
is negative
got it.
11. There's multiple ways to interpret it. It's minus 4, minus 11. We'll talk about what to do with addition and subtraction.
All right, so 11. Actually, no, the same side. Then it would be 15. And then, ooh, I don't know what to do with top right because they are the same, but they're also negative
Okay, that's
or
okay. Should we
not.
just you can skip.
Okay, 36 is further from. Hold on. Would we still be doing the stuff from before with like,
Yes, these are either same sign or opposite sign.
so those are the same side, if I'm correct. So that would be what is it, 30, 60. 66. 66 on that one, and
Yep.
then 2 minus 3. That's just added all together if I'm correct. So it should be 6 on that one.
Like that.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we kind of hit a
Actually,
wall here. We're going to talk about each of these in the scenario of money.
okay.
We'll probably actually stop here. I feel like there's you did a little bit of a wall that's encroached on us. Think about this in terms of money. You owe someone $4.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you ever owned someone some money you borrowed from a friend or something?
Mhm.
And they're really kind. They want you to, they're willing to lend you another $11. Okay. Now, if you don't like the owing analogy, think of it, you want to buy something for $4. You want to buy something for $11. So yes, you need $15, but you actually owe that money. So the answer is actually negative 15.
Oh, okay. All right.
So sometimes money is the great explainer of addition and subtraction. Top right, you owe someone $12. You give them $12. How much do you owe them?
Third time?
You owe someone $12. You have $12.
That would be
How
0.
much do you owe them?
Is that it? Was it literally just 0?
You don't owe them anything. Zero.
I see.
You have $30 because it's positive. You owe someone $36. So you give them the 30. How much do you now owe them?
Negative 6.
You owe them 6. We call that negative 6. Okay. So on the right here, you have $2. You owed someone $3. So how much do you owe them?
Negative 1.
You owe them negative 1, and then they lend you another dollar. So now how much do you owe them?
0. Or
Negative
negative 2. Sorry.
two. Okay. So the main takeaway from today's lesson is can you add and subtract these numbers without issue, basically. So trying to find a worksheet. I don't know if I'll be able to. Just give me just a moment here. All right. Okay. It's not what I want. So one of the problems is they don't really have exactly what I want, and I'm trying to find fixed order operations. These all have parentheses in them. One more link here. Right, so I put a couple problems on here just to help me remember where we're going to pick up next time. You can ignore the parentheses. I don't know if that will help, but you can ignore the parentheses. Basically, just do it without that. These don't work. Okay. Yeah, so it's okay. We're going to go ahead and stop here though for today. We got another lesson on Wednesday, same time, and